What I have realized as being a shadow worker for like the past 3 years, 3 to 4 years, is that the actual work is the work on the outside. Let me explain. So shadow work is happening on the inside. If we're looking at it astrologically, eighth house is the house of the shadow, of when a shadow work happens, and that is one of the dark houses. Means that has no light, we cannot see it. It's internal and it's being ruled by Scorpio, which is also feminine energy, and feminine energy is internal energy, right? But what I have realized is that even though we do the shadow work on the inside, the final result is on the outside. Meaning we can work and practice as much as we can to put some boundaries with some people, right? But if we really do not show up, if we really do not shadow work ourselves into our everyday life, like on real time, we are doing half-ass work when it comes down to shadow work. And this comes from a person that for so long I thought, oh, like internally I can do it. And a lot of times people tell you that, but it's not only the internal, it's also the external. Because you can, on the inside, you can say to yourself, I can put the boundary, but you never truly put the boundary in your relationship, in your friendship, in your family, in like in every relationship that you have with people, right? So it's really important to work on the inside, see where is the shadows, where you need start being more free. Because like shadow work, it's all about accepting your deepest and wounded parts of you that you rejected through life or other people have rejected. So that means the same, the guilt that you feel about this specific taboo matter. Because let's again, I came here saying that shadow work happens in the eighth house, right? Also, you need to do shadow work in the 12th house and in the sixth house, but eighth house is known for its shadow work. And eighth house is all about taboo matters, it's all about trauma, it's all about sexuality, it's all about vulnerability, it's all about the parts and the facts and the things that we as people do not like to talk about. And I don't put myself in there because I like talking about those things. But a lot of people do not feel good to talk about those things. And the truth is, I see a lot of people who have placements in the eighth house, not talking about those things, not going to not wanting to go to deep waters, and that is really not good because that actually means that they're out of their own element. They're out of alignment, right? But sometimes we need to be out of alignment to understand. Like everything is happening for a reason, but back to the point, okay? What I really want to say is that shadow work is for those things like knowing what your taboos and your triggers and your traumas and your roots are, and as much as you and as long as you know it, then you start working on the inside, right? The emotional world. But then also there's the external world, right? And sometimes you need to put boundaries, and the true shadow work is also on the outside world, right? Like you can say in your meditation, I'm the strongest, but what do you really need to do in order for you to actually like cycle it, do the complete work, is knowing how to feel that in your everyday life, right? Like if you're in a conversation and you feel powerless, know where your power is being taken away, know where you gave your power away and take it back, right? Do not go to meditate on it to take your power back. And I mean, you can do that, right? I have also a lot of placements on the 12th house. I like my installation, I like my meditation, I like my time with God and universe. But it's really important for us to know that it's not just a meditation that we do, that we tap into that. We are always that. We can always tap into that. And if we feel disrespected, we can show others. If we feel like someone is crossing the boundary, we can, and that is actually shadow work working in real life. Because the shadow, what shadow work really is, right? We said is all those rejected parts that society or we have denied and we have rejected, right? So the real shadow work is when we embrace that, when we are being angry, when we are being ourselves, unashamed, right? That is the true alchemy and mastery of shadow work. Not just, in our room saying, I have this and I have that and I will do that, and I'm there and I'm like doing what you doing and doing what you do in the shadow work, right? But it's more about actually showing up to the world. Like, yes, you said that motherfucker was real disrespectful and you feel this anger. The thing is, feel this anger when you are with this motherfucker that said this one thing and put the fucking boundary without feeling guilty of your anger. And this comes from a person, I have Mars in my first house, but also it's so difficult for me sometimes to feel anger, not to feel, to express it, because I have learned, I'm the first that I have learned to suppress, I have learned to keep it on the inside, because I feel like my anger is going to drive me crazy. But you know what I have learned and what I have saw through my whole family line? Men can act out of line and go borderline fucking crazy with their fucking anger. Like, they can really kill people with their anger if they want to, because they don't know what healthy anger is and what healthy anger means. Like, generally, right? They don't know how to control that. And it's like, I wasn't do that and thinking it's okay because they're men, and I watch all the women suffer because they just couldn't express that anger. And I see also what it is like for a woman to have anger because they never had to express that, and how brutal it comes out. So I'm in the process of it all, with you. I had too much anger, and then it calmed down, and then it just ups and downs. Sometimes ups and downs happening because we need to balance it. No, it's kind of balance it out, itself. So that's what I want to say. Through the end of shadow work, the alchemy, the mastery of shadow work, that I have completed this cycle type of shadow work is when we are embodying our shadow, right? And when I say embodying our shadow, it's like I embody this part of me that I used to reject. I have accepted, I have made peace with it, I love it. Let's say anger, this part of me that I have learned to repress and suppress and hide, I show it. I don't feel guilt or shame because I show it. That is the true alchemy of shadow work. That is actually being that, right? Being that. Being the part of you that you have rejected, like cleansing it, releasing it, and actually embracing it in a more healthy way, that you no longer deny it or you no longer reject it. So that's what I want to say. Thank you. Hope this helped.